Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Motherland. Today we will be going to Ile-Ife, the ancestral home of the Yorubas of West Africa. In the beginning, there was only the vast, endless waters of the earth, a chaotic void with no shape, no land, and no life. High above in the heavens dwelled Olodumare, the supreme god, filled with infinite power and wisdom. From his lofty realm, he gazed down at the watery abyss below and decided that the time had come to bring order to the formless world. Olodumare would create the earth. But even Olodumare, in his boundless wisdom, knew that the task of creation was not his alone. He called forth the Orishas, divine beings who carried out his will and maintained the balance between heaven and earth. Among them was the wise and powerful Obatala, a god of great purity and compassion, whom Olodumare chose for this sacred mission. Obatala was tasked with shaping the earth and bringing life to its surface. Olodumare handed Obatala the tools he would need to accomplish this divine work: a golden chain, long enough to reach from the heavens to the waters below, a snail shell filled with sacred sand, a white hen, a symbol of new beginnings, and a palm nut filled with the promise of life. Obatala, filled with purpose and determination, descended from the heavens, using the golden chain to reach the watery expanse below. As Obatala dangled at the end of the chain, suspended between the heavens and the swirling chaos, he carefully poured the sand from the snail shell onto the surface of the waters. Then he released the white hen. The hen, eager and lively, began to scratch at the sand, scattering it far and wide. Where her feet touched, the sand spread out, creating solid land. Hills and valleys formed beneath her, and soon the vast empty ocean was interrupted by islands of dry land. Obatala stood upon the earth, marveling at the new creation. The place where he had descended from the heavens became known as Ile-Ife, the cradle of all creation. It was the first city, the birthplace of the world. But Obatala's work was not yet done. Now he had to fill the land with life. Eager to shape beings who could walk upon this new earth, Obatala gathered clay from the land he had created and began to mold it into the form of humans. Carefully he shaped their limbs, their faces, and their bodies. With every figure he crafted, he envisioned a world filled with living, breathing people. But as the sun climbed high in the sky, Obatala grew weary. His work was long and demanding, and he began to crave refreshment. Spying a nearby palm tree, Obatala discovered its sweet palm wine. He drank deeply, unaware of its intoxicating effects. Soon his vision blurred, and his hands, once so careful and precise, became clumsy. Yet in his drunken state, Obatala continued to shape humans from clay. The figures he formed now were imperfect. Some were deformed, others incomplete. The next day, when Obatala awoke and saw what he had done, he was filled with deep regret. The humans he had created while intoxicated were misshapen and different from the others. Obatala, overcome with guilt, swore to never drink palm wine again. He also made a solemn vow. He would become the protector and guardian of those who were born differently, those with disabilities. They were his special children, and he loved them deeply. Though Obatala shaped their bodies, it was not within his power to give life to these clay figures. That role belonged to Olodumare, the supreme god. With a breath of divine power, Olodumare blew life into the figures that Obatala had created. As the breath of life filled them, the clay figures stirred, and they became living beings, humans who walked upon the earth for the first time. The earth, once silent and empty, was now alive with movement as the first humans explored the land that Obatala had shaped for them. The Orishas, the gods of the earth and sky, watched over them, each playing their role in the balance of the world. Orunmila, the Orisha of wisdom, had guided Obatala in his mission, offering foresight and advice along the way. Ogun, the god of iron and war, would soon teach humans how to craft tools from the earth's resources, enabling them to build homes and societies. And Ocean, the goddess of love, rivers, and fertility, blessed the earth with balance, ensuring harmony among all living things. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe to Tales from the Motherland for more interesting stories from across Africa.
Yèyé mi tó tọ́jú mi láti finishing, òrìṣà bí ìyá òsì o. Iye mi tó fìfẹ́ hàn, mo kí ẹ kú iṣẹ́.